Liverpool identify ideal Mohamed Salah replacement as club not concerned over losing 20-goal star. Liverpool are starting to plan for a future without the influence of Mohamed Salah. Liverpool have navigated a very busy transfer window this summer and could still finalize some late deals as we enter the final days of the market. The Reds are still in need of defensive reinforcements, but so far, they have impressed with their signings and have also boosted their PSR position with smart sales. Liverpool's window has been more than just buying and selling, though. They set the tone for what has been a strong run on the market with new contracts for both Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah earlier this year. Tying the two key figures down was a huge relief for fans, who had been fearing a triple free agent exodus alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold. Both players remain integral to Arne Slot's side, but at 34 and 33 years old respectively, the duo are now into the latter years of their career. Liverpool eyeing Mohamed Salah replacement. Salah is unarguably one of the best forwards to ever play for Liverpool or indeed in the Premier League. Since his arrival from Roma in 2017, the Egyptian has finished each season as the club's top goalscorer. Salah's influence on the wing has been blistering, and replacing him will be no easy feat. However, sooner or later Liverpool must start to plan for a future without the clinical number 11. There aren't many wingers in the world capable of returning the level of goals and assists Salah has done consistently over the years. This making the search pool extremely small for Liverpool. One man has caught their eye though and has reportedly been earmarked for the future as the perfect successor to club legend Salah. Michael Olise, the ideal replacement for Mohamed Salah. Liverpool have been linked with a few impressive wingers over the last year or so, particularly amid his links with Saudi Arabia and the growing concern he would leave as a free agent this summer. According to Bayern Space, the Reds view Bayern Munich's Michael Olise as the ideal replacement for Salah. Taking to X with a lengthy update, the outlet has reported that the former Crystal Palace star has a release clause in place, and the Bayern board have denied the request from sporting director Max Eberl to extend his contract and effectively remove the release clause. The supervisory board are not concerned about the prospect of Olise leaving next summer, since such a move would allow Bayern to recoup a substantial fee and secure the income they will require, the Post reads. No extension will be made and no removal of the clause is permitted, leaving Bayern effectively preparing to lose one of their most valuable players after only 2 seasons. For the board, the priority is not building around Olise but cashing in, a strategy that signals a preference for short-term income over long-term competitiveness. Olise only signed for Bayern Munich last summer in a £50 million move from the Premier League. He made an immediate play in Germany, contributing 20 goals and 23 assists in his debut season across all competitions. Olise is already off the mark for the new season too, following his brace in a 6-0 win over RB Leipzig. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leverkusen make Piero Hincapie stance clear after Gunners' delay move. Arsenal are still trying to add to Mikel Arteta's squad as the summer transfer window nears deadline day, with Bayer Leverkusen defender Piero Hincapie their priority. Arsenal have been extremely busy in the summer transfer window and are not done yet as deadline day fast approaches. The Gunners' squad has been overhauled, with Kepa Arrizabalaga, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Norgard, Noni Madueke, Christian Mosquera, Victor Gyökeres, and Ebereki Eze all joining Mikel Arteta's side. That has come at a cost of around £260 million, and, unlike their rivals, Arsenal have struggled to sell. Reiss Nelson, Alexander Zinchenko, and Fabio Vieira remain contracted players at the Emirates, and the Gunners will hope to find buyers in the coming days. Meanwhile, there is another incoming deal on the cards as sporting director Andrea Berta continues his hard work. Arteta's side have made a perfect start to their Premier League campaign as they look to go one better than the second-place finish of the past 3 seasons. They face Liverpool at Anfield on Sunday and will hope their new signings can make all the difference. Here Mirror Football looks at the latest deals in the pipeline. Leverkusen respond to Hincapie interest. Piero Hincapie has emerged as a transfer target for Arsenal in the last few days, with the Bayer Leverkusen star-eyed to bolster Arteta's defense. As Mirror Football reported on Tuesday, Leverkusen are playing hardball over the 23-year-old, who is under contract until June 2029. The German side have lost Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Granit Xhaka to the Premier League this summer, so are under no pressure to sell Hincapie. He has a £52 million, €60 million, release clause, and Leverkusen won't budge in negotiations. The club's sporting director Simon Rolfs has now spoken publicly on the situation. He said, "We still haven't received an official offer from any club, so he's our player, and we would like to see him continue with us." Why Kiwior delayed? Jakub Kiwior has agreed a 5-year contract with Porto and is keen to leave Arsenal, where he has struggled for game time. It is his impending departure that prompted the Gunners' interest in Hincapie, but things haven't been sorted yet. Mirror Football reported that Porto were keen to fly the Poland international into Portugal on a private jet on Tuesday night for a medical, but that didn't happen. That is because Arsenal have not sanctioned his exit just yet. Arsenal are still happy to do business. This is just an administrative delay, and Porto will pay €27 million, £23 million, for the 25-year-old defender. His exit could speed up negotiations with Leverkusen over Hincapie. Arsenal legend Nigel Winterburn has questioned the need to spend so much money on a backup defender, considering Arsenal have already signed Mosquera from Valencia. "It's one to watch, but it seems like it might just be a long shot that came up," he told Metro. "If it were to happen, I'm sure it would mean Kiwior going. But Mosquera has come in, and he's got to play in that position and develop as well. Maybe they are thinking they need one more, but €60 million to sit on your bench? It seems quite a lot of money to me, and it would probably go a little bit against what Arsenal have done in the past. Let's watch and see, but if it were to happen, it would be a big statement of intent." Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Ruben Amorim given immediate Man United sack verdict as Red Devils embarrassed by Grimsby. Manchester United crashed out of the Carabao Cup at the second round at the hands of League Two side Grimsby, and the tide already appears to be turning against Ruben Amorim. Manchester United fans have demanded the sacking of Ruben Amorim in the aftermath of their humiliating Carabao Cup defeat. The Red Devils crashed out of the competition on Wednesday as they fell to defeat to Grimsby Town. Charles Vernam and Tyrell Warren scored first-half strikes, with summer signing Brian Mbeumo pulling a goal back with 15 minutes to go. Harry Maguire then fired in a late equalizer for Amorim's side with just minutes to go. But in the end, United eventually fell to defeat on penalties. Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbeumo the men to miss after a mammoth shootout. The defeat extended their disappointing start to the new season, having failed to win each of their opening 2 Premier League games against Arsenal and Fulham. And taking to social media during the defeat, a number of United fans called for Amorim to be removed from his post. One supporter said, "Against Grimsby Town? I hope you've prepared Amorim's sack letter. Useless club. Everyone knows eventually Ruben Amorim will get sacked. Why prolong it?" A further furious Red Devils supporter wrote, "He's clueless. This is a stackable offense. If you're truly a big club, have some ambition and sack him at this point. Any interim manager would be better in the short term. This is rock bottom literally." A final fan added, "I've mentally checked out of Man United. So this scoreline is not affecting me one bit. Sack Amorim tonight." It seems highly unlikely that United will pull the trigger on Amorim anytime soon. Red Devils Chiefs invested a total of around £9.2 million to prize the Portuguese coach away from Sporting Lisbon, while he signed a contract until 2027. United have also backed Amorim with a lucrative summer transfer window that has seen them spend over £200 million, a splurge that includes a major transformation of the club's front line. Several high-profile arrivals were brought in to add depth and sharpen their attacking options, while a few long-serving players departed as part of the rebuild. The expectation from both the board and the supporters is that these signings will help propel the team back into serious contention for domestic honors and deliver stronger performances in Europe. However, the start to the season has been far from convincing. They fell to a slender defeat against Arsenal on the opening weekend, a match in which they showed promise in patches but failed to convert chances when it mattered. That setback was followed by a frustrating 1-1 draw away at Fulham, where despite dominating large spells of possession, lapses in concentration at the back and a lack of cutting edge in front of goal cost them the full 3 points. The pressure is already beginning to mount on Amorim as fans are eager to see signs of progress from such heavy investment. United will certainly hope to secure their first Premier League win of the campaign this coming weekend when they welcome newly promoted Burnley to Old Trafford. A convincing result at home could not only kickstart their season, but also ease growing concerns around the team's consistency, while dropping more points would undoubtedly intensify scrutiny on the new regime. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Fabrizio Romano hands Liverpool massive signing boost as elite star rejects rival offers. Fabrizio Romano has shut down claims Marc Guéhi could join one Premier League club, with Liverpool in pole position to sign the Crystal Palace captain. Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur have had bids for Guéhi rejected in previous transfer windows, as Palace were still hoping to hand him a new contract. However, the centre-back is not keen to pin fresh terms at Selhurst Park as he knows he has put himself in a great position to secure a major transfer. Guéhi's current terms expire in June 2026, which means Palace need to sell this summer or risk him leaving for nothing in a year's time. Liverpool have agreed personal terms with Guéhi and have also opened talks with Palace. But it was claimed on Sunday that Manchester City could hijack Liverpool's move for the England defender. The Daily Star claimed that the two clubs are on a collision course as they prepare to battle for Guéhi's capture. However, Romano has handed Liverpool a major lift by ending speculation that Guéhi could head to City. Despite receiving offers from other clubs, Guéhi's situation has not changed, and Liverpool remains his favorite destination. Liverpool are locked in talks with Palace as they push to strike an agreement before the transfer deadline on Monday. Romano adds that if Liverpool cannot forge a deal this week, they will wait before landing the 25-year-old on a free transfer in summer 2026. On Friday, Romano said, "Crystal Palace would love to keep Marc Guéhi. Chairman Steve Parish has said if he wants to sign a new contract, he can stay. But Guéhi has a clear intention to not sign any new deal and to try a new chapter. And that new chapter for Guéhi is Liverpool. Marc Guéhi to Liverpool absolutely on. We have to see if Liverpool and Palace can agree on a deal this summer. The two clubs are still talking. The deal for Guéhi is absolutely on. You remember what I told you 2 weeks ago? Giovanni, Leone, and Guéhi. That remains the case. Liverpool want to sign both. Will they be able to reach an agreement with Palace? We will see, but the conversation is still ongoing. So the Guéhi deal is on for Liverpool to get a new defender for Arne Slot in these final days of the transfer window. Liverpool are aiming to sign Guéhi for around £35 million and have made it clear they do not want to go beyond the £40 million mark. Crystal Palace, however, are standing firm on their valuation, believed to be closer to £45 million, creating a potential standoff in negotiations. The situation means both clubs will need to find common ground if a deal is to be struck before the transfer window closes. Liverpool view Guéhi as a key defensive reinforcement to provide competition and cover at the back, while Palace are reluctant to lose one of their most reliable players without securing maximum value. The coming days could prove decisive, with talks expected to continue as both sides weigh the importance of compromise against their respective priorities. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Chelsea evaluating move for Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez. Chelsea are evaluating the possibility of a move for Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez, but there is not currently club-to-club contact. The Premier League side are in touch with the players' camp as they explore attacking options in case of exits, given Barca's depth in the position. Fermin's Barcelona contract runs through to 2029 after the midfielder signed a new deal in October 2024, which extended his existing terms by a further 2 years. The 22-year-old was sidelined for over a month at the start of the 2024-25 season with a thigh injury, but went on to make 46 appearances through the campaign, the majority of which coming as a substitute, and recorded 8 goals and 10 assists. Fermin scored in 3 of Barcelona's final 5 matches of the season as Hansi Flick's side lifted the Spanish title. The midfielder joined Barcelona from Real Betis aged 12 and came through the Catalan club's La Masia Academy. After a loan spell with third-tier club Linares in the 2022-23 season, Fermin broke into Barcelona's first team, scoring 11 goals in 43 appearances under Xavi. Chelsea have added 6 new players to Enzo Maresca's first-team squad this season, with young Portuguese talent Dario Essugo arriving from Sporting CP as the club's only midfield reinforcement. His arrival comes at a time when the Blues have reshaped the center of the pitch, allowing Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Carney Chukwuemeka, and Leslie Ugachukwu to leave Stamford Bridge on permanent transfers. The shift highlights Maresca's intention to balance youthful promise with tactical flexibility as he continues to put his stamp on the squad. Meanwhile, Fermin Lopez continues to make strides on the international stage. The midfielder earned his senior Spain debut in June 2024 and has since added a second cap for the reigning European champions, further underlining his rapid progression. Despite his breakthrough, competition for minutes in Luis de la Fuente's midfield is fierce. Spain boasts an abundance of quality in central areas, with Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, Dani Olmo, Marc Casado, and Gavi all established options at the highest level. In addition, Marc Bernal, one of Barcelona's brightest prospects, is nearing a return after a long spell on the sidelines. The 18-year-old was forced to miss most of the season due to an anterior cruciate ligament (ACL) injury, but his comeback is expected to strengthen the depth of Flick's squad heading into the new campaign. His recovery, alongside the continued growth of Fermin and others, suggests that Spain's midfield pool will remain one of the most competitive in world football for years to come. Chelsea are interested in Barcelona winger Fermin Lopez, though no direct contact has been made with the Spanish club. The 22-year-old, who has 19 goals and 11 assists in 89 appearances, could be available as Barcelona seek funds under FFP. However, Chelsea's main focus remains on moves for Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons, with several attackers likely to leave before the deadline. Lopez is seen as an alternative option should other deals stall. Thanks for watching. Stay for the next content. Don't forget to like and subscribe.